The first 15 minutes will be for organiser and founder Julian Felice. As always, thanks for joining us. First of all, I think congratulations are in order, 10 years.
Thank you.
Did you expect to get this far?
No, I mean, we didn't expect to get to one, to be honest. I remember before our first edition, we weren't very convinced about how it was going to go, but here we are 10 years later and 145 speakers later, and we're still going.
It's a formula that works. I think it's a nice amount of time. We get some insight to people. As you say, you look at the list and it's people that we know, it's people that we recognise, but you get a bit more insight into their personal lives and their journeys.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think we've got the format right. Yes, the 15-minute duration of each talk I think works really well. We have people who stay there for the whole day. In fact, we've got people who've been there who've watched every single talk since the beginning, in 2015. And yeah, we do bring familiar faces, but I think sometimes also some of our interesting speakers are people who are perhaps a little bit less well known.
Certainly, yeah.
People who've got great stories to tell, and we give them a platform to do it.
Yep. It's a tough question, but I mean, looking back, I won't ask you for your favourite, but are there any that really sort of stand out in your memory, any that were really meaningful or sort of had a big impact?
It changes because, all our talks are available on YouTube. So,
yeah.
You can watch them back and enjoy them all over again. That first year, we had so many fantastic talks. Mary Chappie always stands out to me. Peter Montegrifo stands out to me. In later years, people like Jonathan Duma. There are many. Every year, there's a few that stand out, and I think that's part of the appeal as well, really.
Yeah. Talk to me about the process. I mean, is it tough? Do people approach you? Are you seeking out speakers?
Well, in the last few years, it's been a combination of both, really. Now that GibTalks has become a thing, people are more willing to come forward and offer themselves to speak. But obviously, we also have to kind of look at what's in the public interest. We have to look at what else we've got planned for that particular year. So it's a combination of both. And we find that sometimes the people who offer to speak are the ones who've got really interesting things to say. Some people can be a little bit more reluctant sometimes. They end up really enjoying the experience. So yeah, certainly something that process has really evolved and changed over these past 10 years.
Again, there's quite a range of personalities on the stage this year that stand out perhaps. Chief Minister and the Mayor of La Línea, Juan Franco, will be, I think we can safely assume there will be a political line to their talks. Do you know ahead of time what they're talking about? Do they tell you, I want to talk about this? Do you assume sometimes, well...
We don't ask them to tell us. Sometimes they offer that information, and we're happy to sometimes they even run the ideas by us to see what we think. I quite like being surprised really on the day, and certainly more recent years, we found that our speakers are more willing to just kind of reveal their ideas on the day itself. Yes, there is perhaps a political slant this year. It's not by accident, it's our 10th anniversary. We've got big issues, the treaty, etc., that's hanging over us, and we thought we might want to go a little bit down that angle this year. But yeah, we're always interested in what they've got to say, and there's always a surprise.
Last question. You might not don't need to tell me who, but I have always wondered, have you got sort of a white whale, someone that's eluded your advances and that you really want to get on that stage?
We've got many. Some work in this building, actually. Some people who we approach quite regularly and who are reluctant or they're a bit unsure. And we hope that one day we'll be able to convince them, because we've convinced many others, and hopefully we'll be able to kind of twist a few more arms.
Okay. GibTalks 2025, Saturday, 1st of February?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, coming up. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.